Hello, everybody, and welcome to this game. I'm doing a bit of a Flash series. You know the player, but I'm not sure will you actually enjoy the series as much as they're not final games, but they are games from ESL, nevertheless, GSL, nevertheless. And today we have a game between Flash and Panic on a rather large map, and on top of that, it's a diagonal spawn. It's a PvT matchup. Both of these players are going to have a shitload of time before anything really happens in this game. Larger maps usually provide a great deal of opportunities for expansions and late gameplay and stuff of a kind. However, this early on, I'm afraid just not much is going on. Not much is even revealed, but we'll see from those early scouts. I mean, we've seen in the previous game actually that I've casted, but it was Flash and Hydra, I believe they played, and it was a PvZ matchup, and I cannot believe what Hydra did there. I mean, that was inhumane in the game too. I mean, that cheese, it was. I'm not sure can I even call it cheese because it's something in between cheese and a realistic play, but I don't know. There just are no words to describe it really. However, let's just come back into this game and see what goes on here. Over here we have, okay, so it's a gateway gas, nothing really special going on there. We just have a barracks and the gas. You can see where he's placing his barracks. He's opting to get it a couple of seconds earlier as opposed to placing it here. And the depot as well, primarily because you don't need that early of a wall off on this map. I don't know, unless Protoss is trying to do some sort of a crazy two-gate zealot rush slash stalkers whatnot. I am pretty sure that that is extremely, if not impossible to do, extremely difficult, if not impossible to do on this map. But I'm sure that we've seen it in the past. Anyway, signups for StarCraft 2 Hard Legacy of the Void are for beta are up. So if somebody gets it, and if you get some replays, feel free to send them my way. I would really like to cast some Legacy of the Void replays. If you can get your hands on any, I'll be more than happy to cast them. That's a bit of my request to all of you who are watching. If you manage to do so, I thank you. If not, oh well, what the hell? I'll just cast it. I'll just wait for the game to come out, buy it, and then just cast the replays. In any case, we have a expansion at a 350 mark, I believe it was, and we've seen Flash do this at a 250 mark, which was actually quite ridiculous. Once I see that, I couldn't believe what I was seeing in the previous matchup. But here we go. We have that Reaper Scout, and this Reaper is pretty much just going to scout versus a Zerg. He can do some serious damage, but versus a Protoss, just I just don't see it happening, especially not with the stalker coming out and with the mothership core here. Just not something that's gonna happen. You can see how he's placing these pylons. He wants to have the overview of the whole surface area of his base, so nothing, so he doesn't miss anything of whatsoever. Here we go, that mothership core going for a bit of a scouting session. It just wants to figure out a location. I do believe that our that sh sorry, Panic is going to figure it out from the second try. Where is this Marine off to? Wow, what? Why? Why would he be doing this? It is beyond me why Flash is doing that. I do believe that that Reaper has given him all the information that he needed, really, but oh well, I suppose we all have our things to do, and that Reaper is gone, apparently, because the Stalker killed him. Yep, the Stalker killed him. Sorry I missed that, but I don't think it was that important. We go for those photon overcharges. We all love seeing those. They do crazy amounts of damage, especially when they hit your marines or something like that. Here we go. We have a missile turret. Is he afraid of Dark Templars or something like that? And double missile turrets coming in for Flash. He seems to be really afraid that he's going to see those missile turrets, but no, actually, the oracles are coming in. This is actually a pretty good game plan. I'm sorry, it's like from Wings of Liberty. When you see turrets, you always assume that a player is kind of waiting for some. He's trying to beat some cloak play or something of a kind. But apparently, no, this is just forgot about these things that they tend to pop them and then they tend to kill a shitload of workers. That's kind of bad. Here we go, but he's not going to be able to do it, especially not with this turret around. I mean, like 3 oracles in a Zerg base without any anti-air, they're going to clean your mineral line completely. I mean, there will be nothing left of it. It will be a drone massacre, but this is a Terran player, so the situation is quite different. Second bunker coming in for him is placing, Panic placing these pylons all over the map. It was actually maybe not all over the map, but he's placing them towards Flash's base. He wants to be able to do those war pins. You can see that he's preparing for a push. He's weakening his force a bit, but this was a bit of a miscalculation, I would say. And he does kill a marine. He does kill a couple of marines there, but nothing too serious. I mean, he lost an oracle. That oracle is not cheap. It is very expensive. It is a very expensive unit. I mean, 150 mineral and 150 gas, 3 supply, so definitely not free or anything of a kind. Here we go. That extreme forward pylon being placed. And here we go. That status field. Oh shit! He loses a mothership. For fuck's sake! This was certainly not worth it. Panic, really panicking in this moment and not playing this to the best of his abilities. Oh damn! This was such a bad misplay. Overall, I don't think he's a bad player or anything like that. Certainly much better than me or anything of a kind. But that was some serious misplay there. Just not something you ever want to see when you're playing against someone, especially not in a pro matchup. Those SCVs standing by, getting ready to repair. He knows that that push is inevitable. He cannot allow him to breach into his base. If he does, he's in a world of hurt. But now Flash has a sufficiently large enough force to make a push, and those stalkers have no choice but to retreat. They have to go back, and they are running back, hightailing it out of there. Oh shit, we have an armory on the way. I wonder what Flash is going to do with it. How will he play this escape out? What is he planning to produce? We have a robotics facility as well. I imagine Colossi or something of a kind. They will fry that bio ball up. That I guess he's assuming that he's going for the bio ball. And why would you place these Phoenix? I don't know, we'll see. Maybe he's preparing for an early counter for something. I'm not actually sure myself. We got these gateways coming in, and he's gonna start pumping up his force. He seems to be determined to be the one on the offensive this game, but I'm afraid it just has not worked out for him at all. Here we go, Flash is placing his third base here, and he's going to be ahead in terms of bases very soon, but he will also need a sizable force to repel the inevitable push that is coming. I mean, I can see it by what he's doing, that push that he's really planning to push or something of a kind. Now Flash is deciding to break these rocks to create some delays or something of a kind. I'm uncertain. Will he succeed? No, he actually just wants to damage them so he can cover up his retreat or something of a kind. I'm not sure if that is what he's planning, but it seems like Flash's force will be smashed here. He needs to get the hell out of there with that force. I mean, he cannot possibly hope to win this. I do not understand. Why is he still sticking around in this game? In this battle is beyond me. Why? Why would you do that? There's like literally no point. I mean, you didn't get owned completely, but you certainly did lose a lot. And you did trade. Actually, there is now that I think about it, I really thought that his force would lose here, but apparently not so. There weren't enough zealots, or anything like that, to distract those marauders, and those stalkers are just. I mean, marauders are hard to counter to those stalkers. They can beat the shit out of them, no problems. And even though this, I mean, it was held without any structural damage. Here, mining was not disrupted, probes were not pulled, but still this force was reduced in size, and now Panic cannot make that push across the map. I mean, it will literally be impossible. These Phoenix not doing much. Here they can lift a unit or two, harass the mineral line. It will be difficult with these Widow mines now on the map. Their presence is such a mind fuck. I mean, you pick a wrong flight path and you are screwed completely. Phoenix taking some damage, but no big deal there. I mean, they will survive. they're running about the map. They're very fast units. I mean, and certainly they can fire while moving, which is also another fucked up fact about them. They're used quite well for harassment, and their numbers seem to be steadily increasing. He is producing them. He has stopped all production. We have Twilight Council, so this will be some sort of a blink play for sure. No Colossi, but we have Immortals on the way. I mean, they can do shitload of damage to those Marauders, and we have Charge as well for those Zealots. They will be more effective buffers. They will be able to distract this Bio Ball for quite a while and score some kills as well faster. We have Phoenix coming into the main base, turret, Marines. They're doing some damage here and there. They're scoring kills. You can see that pretty much all of them have a couple of kills on them, so they've certainly paid for their worth. But will they manage to endure throughout the game and be useful in an actual engagement? That remains to be seen. Colossus here, along with one Immortal and a massive Zealot force, it would seem. Well, not really massive, but for this stage of the game, yes, it is massive. Here we go, this engagement going on, and I don't think Flash is going to be able to win it, but Stutter Step Micro, never underestimated. He's retreating and shooting, retreating and shooting, retreating and shooting, and this is doing wonders for him. I mean, those Zealots, even with charge, they are slowed severely by that Marauder, by the Marauder's concussive shells, and the entire Zealot force has been obliterated as Colossus goes down. It's just amazing how much more these Terrans did, how much damage these Terrans units did. I mean, I do believe that he even had a smaller force there, facing off these high gas units, let's call them so, but he still managed to pull out a win somehow. How I do actually have an idea. Marauders, high number of Marauders, they tend to screw things up on the ground, especially versus Protoss. They tend to do a lot of damage, perhaps too much for some people's taste, but oh well, that is just the way it is. And Panic finally opting for a hard counter. He's going for the Templar Archives. I imagine he's planning to get that Storm and a shitload of Templars so he can deal with this, but he will have a hard time if he fails to establish his third base. And this third base, the way it is set up now, without any defenses of whatsoever, it is extremely susceptible, or should I say extremely vulnerable, to a Marauder run in and snipe. Run, snipe, and retreat. Run in, yeah, something of a kind. Kind of lost myself there for a moment. But let's see what is Flash planning to do exactly. He's trying to create a buffer here in case those Zealots come in or something like that. Flash could opt to take a fort, and yes, he's just doing exactly that. He's up on bases, and here we go. There's an engagement. If Panic loses this engagement, even if he manages, even by a small margin, this expansion could go down, could be prevented from ever coming up. Phoenix, you're lifting up those bio units, but there's so many of them. I mean, that's not a very effective way to go about things. And look at these reinforcements coming across the map. Flash building them like mad. Check the production tabs of both of these players and you will see what the deal is. The Storm is very far from finishing. It will not be here in time. Photon overcharge. Panic now desperate to defend this. If he fails, he stands to lose the game, practically guaranteed loss. These Templars submerge into Archons, but too many in the Bio Ball. And now, can these Immortals make a difference? Not without a buffer in front of them, not without sufficient amount of Zealots. There were a lot of Immortals there, and it looks like they actually managed to clear this up, but only 2 of them have remained. Oh man, of that entire force of Immortals, only 2 have remained. Fortunately, he has managed to hold. But Flash, relentless, he wants to come in here, he wants to do some damage. I don't think he will be able anymore though. This push has subsided, but he is preparing for the next one. He is determined, he is relentless. This production tab does not stop. I mean, these units just, it's continuously 5, even though they pop out 5 by 6. That's 11 popping at a time, and we look at the stream across the map coming into the base of Protoss, and I don't think this is the best place to push actually. But apparently, in Flash's judgment, it is. Perhaps the place where he was pushing is a bit superior because you do not have this ledge and you're not fighting uphill to achieve shots or anything like that. Now he's moving in Will he be able to take these Immortals down? Oh, with the reinforcements, he definitely should be able to do so. And there we go, Panic GG's. He yields underneath the pressure of Flash, and he has lost this game. Flash was relentless in these last couple of minutes of the game. I mean, seriously, just look at the stream of reinforcements. You can look at it, you can see it on the mini map. I mean, this is just ridiculous. It's like non-stop, non-stop popping of units, and they were coming in waves, one after another, one after another, one after another, and Panic just crumbled underneath the pressure. He didn't have that storm in time, and it was just gone. If he had the storm here, this would have been a completely different story, especially on this ledge here. In any case, this is Chronic. If you've enjoyed the replay, then feel free to subscribe, like, comment, whatever. But in any case, I bid you all farewell till next time.